This is interesting. A new scene from winter break. Oh, I got a letter in a fancy envelope. Who's it from? We are holding a Christmas party at LaBeouf Mansion. See, I knew he had a mansion. He's full of shit. There are no ninjas in his mansion. Unless he hired them to protect it. On the 24th of this month, you are invited. Be honored. Sakuya, LaBeouf, Rogaine. There it is, Rogaine. Yay! I got a heartwarming invitation. And heartwarming, he just had his probably butler send it or something. My family's Buddhist, so I hadn't anything planned. I might as well go, right? Again with the Buddhist thing, it's just such an odd detail to add about the cake. You didn't even have to say it. You could have just done whatever. I think I'll go to the party. Like, I mean, nothing against Buddhists, but it seems like they went out of their way to say it. Oh boy. Christmas music. Whoa, it's like a palace. They really got a lot of Christmas music in this game. Like they didn't have to mention like a Christian background or a Jewish background, but it's just odd that it's Buddhist. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. What do you think, Angelus? Normally a commoner such as yourself would never set foot in here. Wow, thanks for inviting me, prick. It's amazing, Sakuya. This whole thing is far removed from my own uncultured Stone Age lifestyle. I feel a little nervous. You just put a stocking up in the side of the cave and I'm sure it feels like home. Do you have a party like this every year? Every year? Don't be foolish. We have one every month. Even creating a habitat for social discourse is a noble's duty, after all. That seems a little tiresome. This music is really distracting me from this conversation. Are you feeling overwhelmed already? Poor foolish comment. Cool. He invited Oko-san. That's cool. This establishment lacks pudding. Oko, you dog. Why are you here? I never invited you. Cool. Oko-san sensed a feast, and I came in through the window, but there is no pudding. Wait, so regardless of me being invited here, Oko-san would have done this. Why was this not in Oko-san's playthrough? That's weird. I wouldn't give anything to you, even if I did have some. Confound you, you genetic throwback. Oko-san's going to go berserk at this rate. Well, Oko-san has no right breaking into the guy's house. You don't bust in someone's window while they're watching TV, climb in and say, where your TV at? Like, Oko-san could get arrested. Then again, I don't know how birdie law works. Maybe they're allowed to do that. Who knows? Birds fly into windows all the time. I think I should stop them. Nah, stop them. It's not going to turn out good for me if I let them beat each other up. Oko-san, inside voice. Well done, Angelus. Now throw him outside. Sound like I punched him. Coo! I'm grateful to you, Angelus. Now we can have our party in peace. No need to thank me. I would hire you as a bodyguard if you ever so desired. But that could be the part-time job. I think I'll buy some beans. I think it said racing blend's okay for Sakuya. So I'm gonna go racing blend. I'll take these. Thank you, miss. Here you are. Today's the day. Preparations are complete. Time to give the beans to that special sunbirdie. Sakuya! I am busy. May I ask you not to waste too much of my time? This will only take a minute. I have something for you. Here. Have some of these, and then you just throw them in his face. What are these? It's a pricey blend of beans. I know you like expensive things. See, the doctor hated expensive things. He hated anything that cost money. That is not what I meant. Why are you giving me beans? It's Langumantines. And what is that? What planet are you from, anyway? It's a holiday where girls are supposed to give beans to the boys they like. What? Don't look so disturbed. Jeez, I gave you those. Will you accept them, Sakuya? These beans seem somewhat cheap for their illustrious recipient, but since you asked for it, I will not refuse them. Really? Yay! What did you mean by like? Question mark? I'm asking what you mean by the boys they like. Exactly what I said? No matter what I'm doing or where I am, your beautiful plumage always comes to mind, Sakuya. Yay. Like, he doesn't have a big enough head as it is. Anyway, here. I hope we can continue to get along. Indeed. He glances at the beans and then at me, and then wordlessly leaves. I'm glad he liked them. He did like them, right? He's kind of a prick about it. It's cold. It feels even colder than it was around New Year's. Maybe the wind's stronger. I'm starting to think I should build a wall around Mexico. Or maybe dig myself a new bedroom. With this kind of weather, some birds are even collapsing in the street. Well, that's not a good sign. They're probably dead. Hey, wait. Isn't that one Sakuya? Sakuya, what's wrong? It was the beans. They were poisoned. Don't ask for the details. Just carry me to your miserable abode, I beg of you. Wandering around and collapsing in the street at this time of night doesn't seem like a customary practice for an aristocrat. Maybe he was outside my house spying on me. What's happened, Sakuya? Don't tell me your family has fallen from high society. What happened? I shall not say. What were you doing wandering around in the wilderness then? I was not wandering. I was on my way here. Be honored. Oh, so this isn't a coincidence after all. Did you want something from me then? I wanted to see you in the shower, lady. No, don't flatter yourself. Yeah, he was just stalking me outside my house. Should we call your family or something? No. Exclamation. I haven't seen you naked yet. He looks really angry. Listen, don't you dare. Don't you dare call my house. Like, ever. Especially toll-free. Sakuya, did you run away from home? That sounds bad. No, I simply left of my own volition. Isn't that the same thing? Silence. Yep. What happened, Sakuya? Angelus, do you remember when we talked in the music room at school last fall? Yes, what about it? Do you remember when you told me you really like udon? Well, I went on a binge and my family said I had problems. Unless I was done with them, they did not come back. Do you remember what I asked you then? You asked me what? I loved. I wanted to do in the future. It's kind of a weird thing. You asked me what I loved. That's right. You gave a simple, honest answer right away. And that is probably not that honest then, since it's making a thing out of it. That made me jealous. Made me Angelus. Did I mishear? The last thing I'd have expected from you, of all people. I don't understand, Sakuya. Why? I'm one of the few of the pure blood. I am ranked higher than any of my siblings. I have been slated to become the next family head since birth. There's no reason I shouldn't be. But you don't want to take your father's place. How did you know that? It's obvious. It's written all over your face. I love music, but my father does not approve. Well, when your father's dead, he doesn't have to know what you do. I mean, hate to bum you out with your dead dad and all, but when you take your dad's place, more than likely he's not going to be around. When I was young, I owned a number of instruments, but he had them all thrown away. Art is not our realm. The joy of creation is the domain of peasants. Our role is to be patrons and promoters of the artists we admire, not to be artists ourselves. A noble who sows his own wheat is a fool. That's not true. I think anyone who can play music should be encouraged, no matter who their parents are. That is because you think with a peasant's value. My world is different from yours. Oh, it's like forbidden love. I'm not talking about what peasants think. I'm talking about what I think. What about you, Sakuya? What do you think, man? What do I think? You speak in riddles. I carry the name of LeBoeuf. It's a very prominent name, especially in the Transformers community. To play at applying my own standards and ideas to the world would be a disgrace. But didn't you just say you left the mansion of your own accord? Isn't that applying your own idea to the world? You contradicted yourself. Now, mind explosion. If he was a computer, it would explode his mind. What do you want to do in life, Sakuya? I must succeed my father as the next family head. No, geez, that's not what I meant. What if you could forget about the LeBoeuf family and do anything in the world? What would you do then? What do you do, man? What do you do? Forget about the LeBoeuf family? What mockery is this? We're speaking hypothetically, dummy. If I could do anything in the world, I would continue studying music. Well, yeah, you made that obvious. I'd like to see how far I could go as a musician. And definitely that would mean we couldn't hook up if he stayed with his family, because I'm a, air quotes, commoner. He'd have to go with some other high society bird. He sounds uncharacteristically modest. I was half expecting you to give some rambling speech about how you would unite the world from devastation. To unite the world, protect the world from devastation, unite all people within his nation. They mixed up the two parts. That's why I got confused. And become king or something. King T'Challa, Black Panther of this world. You love music, don't you? If I could hear you play the piano again, I would be very happy, Sakuya. I think you've answered your own question. Answered my own question? Don't be ridiculous. I have not extended my reach to the stars above. This is a mere fantasy. It has no connection to reality. Back to reality. Up, there goes gravity. Have you told your father that you want to continue studying music? Don't be ridiculous. How could I lower myself so? So you haven't even asked him about it. You wouldn't be lowering yourself, Sakuya. Are you ashamed to love music? You should ask him. It's worth a try, right? Perhaps you are right. I suppose I never would have thought of that if I hadn't talked to you. You were confused about what you wanted, Sakuya. I gave you a little push. And then you pushed back. And then I punched you right in your beak, and then we started making out, and just like the other bird, had sex on garbage. Angelus? Yes? I'm going to speak with him when I return. If he refuses, would you carry my fallen body to safety one more time? Are you planning to run away for real next time? If it comes to that, I will allow you anywhere you need to go. I will follow you anywhere I will allow you to go. You are the peasant now, my friend. Sakuya, you will always have a safe place here, okay? I shall return to you. Thank you, Angelus. And so he sets out across the wilderness once more. I don't know if his father will accept him or if he really will run away. But I know he will come back to me. And I pray that our future will be a happy one. Now, this part I imagine is the extended version. Wake up, it's morning, Sakuya. Silence. The hall of your father's has many lumps and sharp rocks, Angelus. Geez, what are you complaining about? I even got some straw. Which is to say, I did the best I could for a freeloader. Oh, he got kicked out. Here, I made breakfast. Your first concert is today, so you need to get ready. He didn't complain about the food. That's an improvement. By the way, what is it? Have you contacted Ouya? You must be joking. Well, he's James Bond. You don't contact him, he contacts you. Unless you're M. I thought so. I have his address. Should I tell him about you? We need not worry him. I have no intention of asking favors of him. I didn't mean... Anyway, let it be. Things are fine as they are. I guess he's still a little chilly about Ouya. Maybe it's still too early. Let us go, Angelus. Okay. Huh. Too ancient. Salutations, I trust you are well. A little bird told me you've been taking care of Sakuya. He's a pain, but I know you'll be able to handle him just fine. I have something to tell him. Something very important. Something I've been meaning to tell him his entire life. Since you're, well, I guess I'm still a little unsure myself. If he ever says he wants to see me, I'll think it over. When that time comes, let me know, okay? I'll keep in touch. Adieu. Sakuzaki Ouya. That seemed a little disjointed toward the end with Ouya's letter, but I think it was a nice touch that the extended version tells you how his interaction with his father turned out, and it didn't turn out great. But he was happy, so yeah, it was something to think about. Makes me appreciate this ending a little bit more. It was pretty good. I actually liked it a lot better than Ouya's ending. Because it was just like, oh, secret agent. You know, there's really no substance to that, but... Alright. Song of the Foolish Bird. Well... This has been Ancient Angelus. See you in the next part.